A woman was walking down the street with her blouse wide open, her right breast completely exposed. From a block away, a cop noticed her and thought, "My eyes must be playing tricks on me. Is she really hanging out of her blouse?" As he got closer, he realized yes, she really was. When the officer finally reached her, he said, "Ma'am, do you know I could cite you for indecent exposure?" "Why, officer?" the woman asked innocently. "Because," he replied, "your right breast is hanging out of your blouse." The woman quickly looked down, gasped, and screamed, "Oh my God, I left my baby on the bus." A girl goes into the doctor's office for a checkup. As she takes off her blouse, the doctor notices a big red H on her chest. "How did you get that mark?" the doctor asks. She replies, "Oh, my boyfriend goes to Harvard. He's so proud of it, he never takes off his Harvard sweatshirt. Not even when we make love." A couple of days later, another girl comes in. She takes off her blouse, and the doctor sees a blue Y on her chest. "How did you get that?" the doctor asks. She smiles and says, "My boyfriend goes to Yale." Same thing, he never takes off his Yale sweatshirt. A few days later, a third girl comes in. She takes off her blouse, and this time the doctor sees a big green M on her chest. The doctor chuckles. "Let me guess you have a boyfriend from Michigan." She laughs and says, "No, but I have a girlfriend from Wisconsin." "Why do you ask?" A man saw a woman with very big breasts. He walked up and asked, "Excuse me, can I bite your breasts for $1,000? She thought for a moment, then said, "All right." So they went to a quiet corner. She opened her blouse, and the man buried his face in her chest for 10 whole minutes. Finally, the woman asked, "Well, aren't you going to bite them?" The man looked up and said, "No, it's way too expensive." An attractive lady is at the doctor's office. She's lying on the examination couch, her blouse undone. She looks up at him and whispers, "Kiss me, doctor." The doctor shakes his head. "No, I can't." She insists, "Oh, come on. Kiss me. Kiss me." Again, he refuses. "No, it's out of the question." Disappointed, she asks, "Why not?" The doctor sighs and replies, "Because it's against the rules. In fact, strictly speaking, I shouldn't even be having sex with you right now." Husband and wife. Her honey. "Have you ever seen $20 all crumpled up?" Him, "No." She smiles, unbuttons the top of her blouse, reaches into her cleavage, and slowly pulls out a crumpled $20 bill. He takes it, smiling approvingly. Then she asks, "Have you ever seen $50 all crumpled up?" Him, "No, I haven't." She lifts her skirt, slides her hand into her panties, and pulls out a crumpled $50 bill. He grabs it, now breathing faster with excitement. Finally, she leans in and whispers, "Have you ever seen $50,000 all crumpled up?" Him, "No way," he says, completely aroused. She smirks and replies, "Go look in the garage." Pierre, the French fighter pilot, with his lover. "Oh, Pierre, kiss me," she whispers. Pierre tilts her chin, leans in, but just before kissing her lips, he pours a little red wine on them, then kisses passionately. She gasps, "Oh, Pierre, mon Dieu, that was so erotic. But tell me, why the red wine?" Pierre smiles. "I am Pierre, the French fighter pilot. When I taste the red meat, I have the red wine." She blushes. "Oh, Pierre, kiss me again," but lower this time. So Pierre unbuttons her blouse, lowers his head, but before he begins, he pours a little white wine on her breast. Then ravishment. She squeals, "Oh, Pierre, magnifique, but why the white wine?" Pierre answers, "I am Pierre, Z French fighter pilot. When I have the white meat, I pair it with white wine. She moans. Oh, Pierre, kiss me lower. Lower. Pierre kneels, lifts her bustle, pushes aside her bloomers, and just before engaging, he pours cognac onto her pubic hair, then sets it alight. She screams, Pierre, why? Pierre salutes proudly. I am Pierre, Z French fighter pilot, and when I go down in flames. A college girl visits the doctor for a checkup. Doctor, take off your blouse and bra. She does, and there's a big red T imprinted on her chest. Doctor, what caused this? Girl, well, my boyfriend goes to Texas University. He never takes off his leather jacket when we make love. Doctor, all right, you're done. Send in the next girl. The next girl comes in. Same routine. She undresses. This time there's a big U on her chest. Doctor, what caused this? Girl. My boyfriend goes to the University of Utah. Same thing, he always wears his jacket. Doctor nods. Makes sense. Okay. Send in the next girl. The third girl comes in. She removes her blouse and bra, and now there's a big M on her chest. Doctor chuckles. Let me guess. Your boyfriend goes to Michigan. Right. The girl smiles and says, No. Doctor, but I have a girlfriend who goes to Wisconsin. A lawyer was walking down the street when he saw a woman with spectacular breasts. He stopped her and said, Excuse me, I'll give you $100 if you let me bite your breasts. She gasped, No way. He persisted, Okay, what about 1,000? She frowned. Certainly not. What kind of woman do you think I am? The lawyer smirked. You mean to tell me you wouldn't even do it for $10,000? She was shocked. You'd really pay me $10,000 if I let you bite them. That's correct, he replied. All right, let's go to that alley. So they went. She took off her blouse, and the lawyer touched them, kissed them, sucked them for several minutes. Finally, she got impatient. Well, are you going to bite them or what? The lawyer shook his head and said, No, too expensive. A mail-order bride and the butcher, a wealthy American man, had terrible luck with women, so he finally ordered a mail-order bride from Russia. She arrived. They got married and lived happily in a nice Connecticut suburb. Now, her English wasn't great, so she mostly communicated with gestures. This worked fine until it came to grocery shopping. One day, she went to the butcher wanting chicken legs, not knowing the words. She clucked like a chicken, then lifted her skirt to show her thighs. The butcher understood and gave her chicken legs. The next day, she wanted chicken breasts. Again, she clucked like a chicken, then unbuttoned her blouse to show her breasts. The butcher nodded and handed her chicken breasts. On the third day, she wanted sausages. This time, she couldn't think of any gesture, so she simply brought her husband with her. Oui, Ardwa! Now hey, get your head out of the gutter. Her husband speaks English. A group of 40-year-old friends were having a reunion, trying to decide where to meet for dinner. Finally, they agreed on the Ocean View restaurant because the waitresses were young and wore low-cut blouses. 10 years later, at age 50, the group met again. This time, they chose the Ocean View restaurant because the food was excellent and the wine list was fantastic. At 60, they met once more. They agreed on the Ocean View restaurant because it was quiet and had a beautiful view of the ocean. At 70, they reunited again. They decided on the Ocean View restaurant because it was wheelchair accessible and even had an elevator. Finally, at 80 years old, they met once more, and once again, they all agreed the Ocean View restaurant. Why? Because none of them had ever been there before. A golfing injury. A guy was out golfing when he took a high-speed ball right in the crotch. He collapsed in agony. At the doctor's office, he groaned. How bad is it I'm getting married next week, and my fiancée is still a virgin in every way? The doctor nodded. I'll have to put your penis in a splint so it heals straight. Don't worry. It should be fine by the wedding. So he used 4 tongue depressors, taped them together, neatly a perfect little wooden box. The guy didn't tell his fiancée. On their honeymoon night, she ripped open her blouse and revealed a stunning pair of breasts. You'll be the first, she whispered. No one's ever touched them before. He tore off his pants and proudly declared, Honey, look at this. Still in its original crate.